So yeah, okay. Hi Pim, welcome to the channel. So I will be blowing my nose quite frequently. It's running so badly. Yeah. Okay. Let's get started before I'm all upset and everything. So we need a parcel, or we can use as well as the machine one. I'm going to use both of them just to show you how both of them work. So we're gonna do half half. We're gonna start with the basil. You want some basil leaves? I guess we can do like half of this. You can buy them almost everywhere. Basil leaves, supermarket. Like one package should be enough for one portion. There you go. Okay, and then we're gonna put the rest in here. So this is 2 packages of basil leaves. There we go. Oh my god, my nose is killing me right now, so badly. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to break the fibers with the parsley here, and we're gonna add some salt, like a pinch of salt, like a half of a teaspoon, or even less than a half, like 1/3 of a teaspoon should be enough. And then we just want to go in like this and turn it around, and we want to break it up. You will see that this way is much faster, but just the flavor is much different because the basil gets smushed, so all the aromatics go out from the basils. Move it a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm just gonna do it here first, and then after I will show you the rest. So that's almost good. I'll show you how it looks like. It's a little bit green. It's a little bit smushed already. Don't know if you see that. Like that. There we go. So very nice green smushed basil. What we want to do is we want to take 2 cloves of garlic. Actually, you can do already 4 because we're going to need 2 as well for the chicken later. There we go. Put it aside. And then we're going to break it up. We're going to take our pan already and put it on a low heat, like a medium heat. From a scale to 10, I would say like a 5. There we go. And I would put a little bit of olive oil in there. And the only thing what I want to do is I want to smash this. So I'm going to press it together. And I'm going to rotate it a little bit. So the skin comes right off. It's very easy. Comes right off. There we go. So that's our garlic. Do that with the other one too. This one you can leave aside for later for the chicken. Now, if you don't have these herbs like garlic, ginger, you can always buy the powder. and then you can put that as a substitute. It will not taste the same, but it does the job. So what I want to do, I want to cut this in two, but in the lengthwise. So I'm going to cut it in lengthwise in two, like so. There we go. And then I want to take off the stem inside. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's white, but you want to take it off. The only reason why you want to take it off is because the flavor of the stem is the one that is the most overpowering of the garlic. So when you remove that, everything tastes a little bit more mild. Then you want to remove the end. Here we go. Just cut it off. And that you can put in the pan. Put it in the pan. It will sizzle right away. You can already turn it off. Turn it off. We just want it to have a little bit of color, not too much. Sorry, I'm gonna wet my nose again. I'm sorry for this. I really wish my nose were not that runny today. But I prefer to show you still how to cook this up. Okay. Okay. So that garlic has been a little bit fried, like very, very lightly, just very, very lightly. And we're gonna toss that into our parcel. Sorry. And then we're gonna do the same technique as before. I'm gonna shine a little bit more light in here. Maybe you can see it better. Go. So I hope you can see it a little bit better. So it's like a greenish, colorish thing. There you go. And then you want to smush it up like so. Yeah, the light is so. I've been struggling here. I feel such an amateur. It's okay though. I prefer to show something than nothing, right? There we go. That should help a little bit. It's not too shiny for you guys. So you want to do the same movement, and you want to get the garlic in there with everything. So until everything is a little bit smooshed and you can barely see like pieces, then it's good. There we go. Look, it's all smooshed. There's no big pieces anymore. So what we're gonna add now, we're gonna add some Parmigiano. You can use the cheap stuff, but I would say buy a little bit more expensive. You really taste the taste, and you don't need that much. It's always good for pasta as well, if you ever need it. So what we need like a little bit, like a few little pieces, like that, like a cube. I'm gonna say metric 1 centimeter, like 1 centimeter cubes will be perfect for this. And then you want to smash that as well. That's better. Yeah, we still have to figure out the lighting and everything for next episode. But it's always nice to cook along, right? So, after that, you will have a paste. Nice pesto paste. I will add already the nuts as well. So we're gonna add some nuts. They're roasted and salted already. You can do that by yourself as well. Just take like a tablespoon. A tablespoon will be enough for this. And you want to smash them as well. You can use pine nuts, but they're actually 4 times the price of those peanuts. So I choose them instead. And you don't want to get bankrupt just for making the salad, right? It should be affordable and easy to make. What kind? It's peanuts. Just normal peanuts. Not pine nuts. So pine nuts are the ones that you can find in pines. And the peanuts are the normal ones. The ones that are very popular, salted, that you can find everywhere. Pine nuts are a little bit harder to find. I know they sound a little bit the same. So after that, you want to add some olive oil. I'm going to take a spoon. And we're going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. First, and then we mix everything up. I see the consistency. You want it to be a little bit liquid. Add some more. You want to be like spreadable, right? Shouldn't be a paste anymore. It should be a little bit more smoother than a paste. Add 1 more. There we go. So 3 tablespoons should be enough. So it's still pasty, very pasty, and it will still stick to everything, but it has this nice shine and it's a little bit more liquidy. So we can use that later for salad to mix everything up. So that we're going to set aside. And now I'm going to show you the way we're doing with this. Very easy. We already put the basil in here. We're gonna do the same with this garlic as well. There we go. Twist it, and then you can take off the leaves, the shell. There we go. 1 more. Twist it. Don't twist it too hard because otherwise they break in two. I mean, you can. It doesn't really matter that much, but if you want to keep it in one hole. Some people like smashing it. I like it too, but I saw somebody have an accident with it, so I don't recommend it. So let's cut the sides off, just like before. So the ends off, and then we cut it lengthwise in the half. Because we want to remove again the stem. I mean, you don't have to really, this is more like a thing. I don't know. I know that the taste is much better without, because it just has a little bit milder taste. So it's not like garlic all over your face. And I think that's why I like it more, to remove it. But if you like that punchy taste of garlic, just leave it in. Just extra work. But you don't have to cut it, so you can just remove it with the hands. And just toss them in here, turn that off. You don't need that anymore. And just let that roast for a second, Okay. So what else are we going to add? We're going to add the nuts, 1 tablespoon of nuts. There we go. We're going to add the Parmigiano, same as before. 2 cubes, 1 centimeter each, should be enough. There we go. And then we're just going to toss this in as well. There we go. We're going to add 1/3 of salt, 1/3 of teaspoon salt, By the way, this is not normal sea salt. This is finishing salt. It's a little bit less strong of a salt taste, so it will not be punching very much. You will need a little bit more if you want to make it very salty. But I like it because you have a little bit more space to work with. You know, it's not going to be, if you put a little bit too much, you're not gonna have a big problem. As if when you put it with normal, you will have a big problem. So what you want to do is just blend this up. I pulse it. Let's check it out a little bit more. Okay. And then what you will have is like, if you know how quinoa looks like, it looks kind of like quinoa, but then with some pesto. Just like this. Okay. And then we're going to add the same amount of oil as we did with the Pestle. So we're going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. There we go. And then we're going to mix that again until it comes together. There we go. And if you don't want so much oil in your pesto, you can always add a splash of water. I know oil and water doesn't go that well together, but it will make it nice and runny if you want it more runny. So the differences is a big difference. Yeah, I'm gonna come a little bit closer to show you. So first, you will have something like this. It is more grainier, much grainier. It's still loose, but it's grainier. And then this is almost like a mousse with some big pieces of nuts. Really nice, but a big difference. Yeah, it tastes also totally different. I don't know if you will taste it like right away, but you will have like this, like, huh? What is the difference? Oh, it tastes different. So, but what I will do to make it fair, because we're gonna use both of them anyways, take a spatula. Gonna remove this. There we go. I'm gonna just add everything in one, because we're gonna use it anyways for the same salad. I'm making actually salad for 4 people right now, with 2 of course. Normally you only need 1 portion, and that is enough for 2 people. So you will only need 1 of each, right? Let's put that here. We don't need that anymore. That oil, we can leave it there because we're going to use that later for the chicken. Okay, so that is mixed. So the pesto is done. This is perfect pesto. You can use that for your salad. You can use that for fish. You can use that for so many things. But I like to use it for a salad because I feel like I like dressings, but I think I like more the salty taste of a pesto than just a boring dressing. I mean, the dressings can be very, very delicious if you can do it well, but I like a little bit of that humph, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna clean my nose again, and then I'm going to start making the chicken with you. Okay, so the chicken. So I have 4 chicken thighs over here. I think I can turn this a little bit lower now. There we go. So I have 4 chicken thighs here. They're just normal chicken thighs. Nothing special about them. You can go for bio, or you can go for more better chicken. Or you can take a whole chicken and you can take it apart. That's also a nice thing to do. But first we're going to use the chicken skin to make some chicken fat. So we're going to remove most of the skin with a knife. Not all of it, but most of it. Just the sides. Right there. All those chicken fat, we're going to use that. So we don't have to use that to fry our chicken later. So we don't have to do really something except cutting the tomatoes and the mozzarella for later. And then this chicken. I like to prepare the chicken and I like to cool it down a little bit. So while so when we're cutting the rest of the ingredients later, they're all cold, so they don't have to cook. They don't have to cool down. So we're just gonna do this first. So chicken. You could do that actually with a different kind of protein as well. If you want some fish or something else, you can do that as well. Okay, there we go. It really hit me today. I was thinking like, okay, all day I had no problem with my nose, no problem with anything, and then right now, but you know, it always happens at the wrong moment, right? Can turn that on, and we can put that on like a setting like a 3 out of 10. You can just put that in here and let it render down, because that chicken will render down. Now normally I will cut them like this. I will just cut them very broad so that I still have a lot of leftover. Like so. I will just have this. And this is the only thing that I will use. And I have this big chunk of chicken with bone, and I always make fried chicken with it. So normally I would do that, but for today purposes, I'm going to use everything. So I'm going to take off the bones inside. That's why I asked when you're going to cook this meal to add the chicken with the bones and the chicken skin. One is cheaper, but also you can make nice stock with the bones. You can make a chicken soup. You can do some other stuff with it as well. You can make some crunchy chips. I will keep the bones for sure for making a nice stock. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this is going good. Just let it be, leave it by itself. So we're gonna remove it. So let me know if you like those kind of videos, cooking with me together, or if you want more detailed version, just a simple 5-minute video. I like these ones more because one, I'm not so good at editing, and the thing is you can follow along while you're cooking your food instead of having the trouble of going in and out of your, I mean, pausing, going back, fast forward, you know. But you can do that too, you know. If you don't like something, just fast forward after the live. I'm gonna probably post this video as well, just as a normal video. And probably one of these days, I think tomorrow or the next day after that, I will be making something else as well, and I will be live as well. Yeah, we have a lot of chicken. Yeah, this is really for 4 people for sure. I mean, if you're a big eater, you can eat more than that, of course. But I would usually make this for more than myself and my partner. Okay, you're almost there. If you want me to show you one time how to butcher a chicken, I will also make a video about that. I'm not going to go so much into that here. Just watch out your fingers. If you're not that good in cutting, then you can buy chicken without the skin and already everything prepared, except you have to cut them with pieces. Look at that fat. You get so much fat from that. Okay, we're gonna cut them in pieces. So just bite-sized pieces, stuff that you can fit in your mouth easily. Okay, there's still a little bit of skin. Gonna toss that in here. The only thing you have to watch out with those chicken thighs is there's like this white part that is quite hard. Make sure that you don't have that inside of your food. You will feel it. Just feel your chicken. And you will feel that part and just cut it off because that's not nice to have that in the mouth. It's quite hard. Okay, we're almost there. Just cutting this up. Okay. So what we'll be needing for this, we're going to use some garlic for this, some salt, some pepper, and some ginger. If I remember, ginger is right over here. Ginger, and we have some more garlic over here from before. So let's take a bowl so we can put everything in there. Let's see if I still have a big bowl for us. I think this will do. There we go. So I have a bowl here. I'm going to toss everything in there. And then I'm going to splash just a little bit like that. In there. I'm going to take my salt. I'm going to put like, I think one teaspoon of this for everything. But let me see, huh? No, yeah, one teaspoon of that, and a couple of salt and pepper. I think pepper. Mine is very light, so the grains are very light. But if you just use normal pepper in like a tube, then just use like 1/4 of a teaspoon. You don't need a lot of pepper. Okay. I'm gonna put the bones aside, so we won't be needing that anymore anyways. I will put that in the fridge for next time. There we go. Okay. Those look pretty good. Just gonna flip them around a bit. Put a space. Like that. There you go. Let them sizzle. Okay, for this we need 2 garlics again. You can use 1 actually. For one portion, it's 1. For those 2 portions, it's 2. Because if we were only doing that for 2 people, I think 2 chicken thighs would be enough. But we have 4, so we're gonna put some more garlic in there. Okay. So twist again, and then peel it off very easily. I'm gonna put this a little bit lower. You can put that on like the lowest setting now. It just has to render down a little bit. Okay. So normally I remove the stem again, but you know what? If you're lazy, you can just leave it like that. Okay, I'm gonna clean a little bit the display here. go. Nice and fresh. I'll clean my knife as well. Okay. So we need also a teaspoon and some garlic. So what you only want to remove the part that you need. So you scrape with the front edge of your spoon, you scrape your ginger. And then normally everything will become off of it. It's quite easy actually. Don't have to put too much force. And just remove the part that you need. Don't remove so much. So what do we need? We need about a teaspoonful of ginger. So there we go. Okay. Cut that off. Look, perfect. We leave that there. You can put some cling film around it to keep it fresh. There we go, remove that. Let's clean it actually. So, there we go. Nice clean surface. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to cut this. We can also have a grater. If you want to invest in that, always good. Okay, you have for Parmigiano or for other things. But I like to use that for my garlic and for my ginger because then you can grate them instead of needing to cut them all the time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut them very big slices because we're gonna remove them after. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna slide them like so. I will show you. Just like this, quite big, not too small. Yeah, like this. We're just gonna put that in the chicken, like that. Why? Normally you would grate that, you will have a big flavor, but I'm gonna leave that like that because I don't want to overpower the chicken. I want still the chicken to be there. So these ones, I'm gonna just smash them down normally like this. I don't like to do that because, like I said, one of my colleagues and friends cut himself because of that. So I'm just gonna cut them in two. Just gonna cut them in two, lengthwise. Just watch your fingers, and there we go. Okay, now you see how much fat we have now. Look at that, so much fat. So you can leave them there on it until they're so crunchy that you can eat them as a snack, and we will do that as well. So we'll take another bowl. I'll put this higher now, and we'll just let it crunch up a bit before we go to the chicken. Okay. So what you can do, actually, leave them like that, just like that. Let them render down a little bit more, and you can mix this up with a spoon. Mix it up with a spoon. There we go. Okay. If you want a little bit more crunch, you can add some flour or cornstarch helps as well. And you will have a little bit more crunchier bits. That's also nice. But I like to keep them a little bit more natural. Okay. Okay. So what you want is a separate bowl already. Separate bowl. And we're going to keep that here because after the chicken is done, we're going to put them there and not in the dirty, used bowl. Okay, those chicken skins look amazing. So I flip them in the side. There we go. Look at that. They're like little snacks that you can eat, or you can blend them up And then you have like a nice garnish for some soups or whatever. There we go. They're almost done. When they're done, we're gonna start with the chicken. Okay, so we have the pesto. We have the chicken ready. So the only thing that we need now is the tomatoes. Get my tomatoes. The tomatoes. Let's wash them. I would say that you can use the whole package depending on how much you want to use it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the whole package. Remove my stems. Okay. That. And I just want to rinse them very well. Some water, cold water. Stems. There we go. Put it away. Okay, so for the tomatoes, then what we want as well, we're gonna add some spinach as well to the salad. You can either boil it, pre-boil it, or you can just leave it raw. I will keep it raw. I like the little bit crunchiness of the raw salad. Oh, the chicken skin looks so good. They're so nice and yellow. Look at that. So good. Okay. Okay, let's see. They look good. Want to remove them? They can take a little bit more longer if you want them more crunchy, but they're perfect now. By the way, if you want some nice snackies, these are the ones to go. So good snackies. I will cool them down a little bit and then let's try them later. So now we have the salt, the ginger, the garlic in here. We can toss that in the pan, everything at once. There we go. Can remove this. Okay. If you have those Tefal pans, use something that is like a plastic cup that can go against heat. Because if you touch it with the spoons, you might damage the whole thing, you know. Okay, I'm gonna put that on maximum heat and just let that nice get a color. Okay, so we have some spinach here. We have some tomatoes that we have to still cut. We also have mozzarella. That we need to grate and cut as well. We have the pesto is ready. The chicken is boiling, almost gonna be cooked. And then we're good to go actually. We don't have so much stuff anymore. So what I will do, I will take my big bowl here. This is the biggest bowl I have. And I will cut the tomatoes and put them in there. So you can cut them in 2, you can cut them in 4. I like to cut them in 4. So you have little pieces of tomato instead of big chunks. But if you want to make it easy, just cut them in 2. That will work as well. So what you want to do with salads, if you don't want to eat it directly, you always want to have a bowl and put all the wet ingredients downstairs, and then after you want to add the rest. So the wet ingredients are like tomatoes, mozzarella, mice. No, I mean yeah, mice. You can say everything that is has juice, and that will release into juices. Yeah, make sure that your knife is sharp, with a big capital S, sharp. There we go. The chicken looks pretty good. I can see it's getting a little bit color now. Let's check it out. Turn them around. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're getting color. And that chicken fat that was in there makes it nice and tender. So good. So freaking good. There we go. Okay. Finish those garlics, those tomatoes up. Okay. So I'm putting them on the highest heat I have, because otherwise they will boil instead of cook. And you don't want to overcook your chicken. So you want to cook it almost that it's still a little bit pinkish inside, but just before that you want to stop. So the residual heat will cook the rest, you know. Yeah, today is really bad in my nose. Wow. Really bad. But that's okay. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, let's see how they look like. Oh yeah. They're still a little bit raw, so we're gonna keep them for a little bit longer, but they're almost done. And that smell, so good. Okay, mozzarella. So I'm gonna drain the mozzarella. I'll take out the juices. There we go. For that much, you can actually have 2 mozzarella, but for 2 people, you only need 1. You're gonna cut them in cubes, like that. So we have big cubes, big chunks, and have them here already. Okay, that's done. Actually, we only need our pesto. And I'm going to actually add that already to everything. So that is done. You can put it aside. We don't need that anymore. So if you still have your spatula from before, you can use that. Okay, I'm going to turn off my fire because it will cook with the rest. I'm just going to add the pesto in here. Oh, those colors, so beautiful. But I really need a better camera because it looks so colorless here. It looks so blue. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Put that aside. Look at that color mix. So good. Okay, I'm gonna mix everything up already a little bit. And then later we're gonna add the chicken and the salad. And then we have our dish. Okay. Yeah, the chicken looks pretty good. Okay, let's put that aside. Okay, I'm gonna put the chicken over. The pieces out of the oil. Everything that you have left over here, the oils, keep them. Use them for something else that you want to boil it. That is amazing chicken fat that you can use for so many things. Just use that. Keep it for one day. Decide that you're tomorrow going to make something with that you need oil with, and there you go. You can use it. Okay, let's cool down our chicken. And while we do that, we're going to add our salad to everything already. Oh my god, this nose. There we go. So this you can keep. I'm gonna put that behind me. We will not do that for today anymore. Look at that chicken. I'm gonna do a little bit closer. I'm actually filming with a webcam right now, so it's kind of hard. So that's the chicken. And I'll also show the pesto. Look at that. Look at that color. So good looking. Okay. Now it's up to you to decide. Do you want to completely cool down your chicken? Or do you want to leave it a little bit warm so that you can taste the warm chicken inside of yourself? But you can choose that up to you totally. I'm gonna snack on this chips. Oh, so good. A little bit of salt. But so good. Add one more. So good. Okay. For the purposes of this video, normally you can cool them down for a little bit. You can see they're still smoking. I don't actually mind to eat them with some steam on and hot. So you can just buy salads the way whatever salad you want. For convenience, I just buy this package. It's €1 for me. I don't have to choose, and there's a mix of everything. And then we want to add some spinach. You can choose how much spinach you want. Some iron for the blood. There we go. Gonna do some more actually. Have some more spinach over here. Let's add a bunch of spinach. There we go. Okay, and then we want to mix everything up. So maybe take a spoon, or you can take 2 spatulas. Anything that seems more easier for you. And you just want to take it from underneath and just toss it on top. Underneath, toss it on top. You want to continue that movement. I just want to slide around a little bit like that. And then just mix it up. Just like that. So the pesto comes on top. And then you mix it into the salad. Just like that. How long you should cook the chicken? You can more check it. If you see that it's still pinkish, then you cook it a little bit longer. I think you can, if you want to measure it in time, it depends also how big you cut them, you know. If you cut them big, small, the way I cut them is approximately 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then they're good. But if you cut them smaller, of course, they're gonna cook much faster. So I would always say like cut one in half. Check it out if before you take them out. If they're still a little bit pinkish, leave them in for a little bit. But what you want is like just before they're ready, and when they're ready, you have dry, juicy, and then too raw, kind of, yeah. And that's what you want. You want after raw that it just becomes hard. That's what you want. And then they stay juicy. I take chicken thighs because they're more easier to cook. They're less fragile than a breast, because when you can overcook a breast very easily. As of a chicken thigh, if you overcook it a little bit, it doesn't matter. Still is pretty juicy. That's why I choose chicken thigh. But don't burn it. That's all. And just check it out. Just check how your chicken is, the way you want it. If you want it very dry, if you want it to be dry, then you can make it like that. But for my preferences, I like them a little bit more juicier. So I like them just before they're going to be hard. I will take them off, and the residual heat will cook them ready, you know. There we go. All our salad is good. Perfect. Wow. Looks so good. So this is the pesto salad. Hope you can see it. I hope the camera does it justice. So normally I would mix in the chicken into the salad, but today, because the chicken is not cold yet, I will just put it on top of a plate. So you want to serve everything. You want a little bit of everything. There we go. A little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of tomato, just so that you have a little bit of everything. There you go. And then you want to add some chicken. You can add as much as chicken as you want, of course, but I'm just going to put some 2 or 3 pieces, 4 pieces. And that's your dish. Pesto chicken salad with some spinach for some extra touchy. So I'm going to taste this now, because all this talking, all this cooking made me hungry. So let's try it, huh? Oh. Wow. Such a fresh pesto. And the chicken is so juicy. Really good. Wow. Now the big question. Is it food? It's definitely food. Wow. It's so good. Has so much flavor, so strong, so much character. Really, really good. Oh. Okay, guys. Here's my pesto salad before I finish everything. And then if you have any questions, you can always ask them in the comments. Follow me, subscribe me if you like this content. Give me some comments on what I can do better. Like camera setup, lighting, and everything. If you are good at this, if you do that for a living, let me know. I'm still learning, so I appreciate all the valuable lessons. Yeah, and I will be uploading more live sessions like this, where I'm going to cook with you and enjoy food and talk a little bit, check the chat, talk a little bit with you. So I hope you liked everything. Again, subscribe or like my content. And yeah, I will see you next time. And thank you for everything. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.